Next up on the podium, we have MALAYBALAY BUKIDNON, Dolly Cruz.
Mic test. Roar. Winston Churchill once said, never, never, never give up. We will never give up until the law will roar for justice. Roar is power, and ROAR stands for my project. ROAR stands for Road of Accessible Rights Project. It is a mobile legal clinic for the marginalized, and it is when the law will roar so that it will be heard, and those who are unheard will someday have their rights. Ladies and gentlemen, in this society where there is complexity, it is the law that binds us together. In this time where we are very much complexed with all the challenges, it is justice that makes us stand up. That is why I am using my passion and my profession as a teacher and a lawyer in order that justice may be served to the marginalized sectors of the society. The indigenous people, women, farmers, and many more are part of the marginalized sectors of the society, and they need our help. That is why it is my goal through my Project ROAR to first partner with private and government institutions in order to advise them with the policies that is very beneficial to everyone and that no one is left behind, rich or poor, all walks of life. As what we have in the province of Bukidnon, right after the Beauty with a Purpose presentation, we have the IP code, and I am very much happy to be part of the legal team. And it is now approved by the Sangguniang Panlalawigan. That is through partnership with government institutions. Second goal of the ROAR project is, of course, to continue my mission and to start and have a mobile legal clinic. The province of Bukidnon is very rich with natural resources, with people, and many more. However, the indigenous people are still left behind. I have many clients and they had to travel so many miles away just to reach counsel. Some people and some of them lose their case because of technicalities. Now, through this mobile legal clinic, it is now the law that will go to them so that they will have knowledge of their rights, so that the unheard will be heard and the marginalized sectors will have a voice, so that those who are suffering and those who are oppressed will finally have an answer to their questions and will finally have a hope and be part of the society they are in. I have a dream, and it is my oath that one day, ladies and gentlemen, those who are part of marginalized sectors of the society will have education and knowledge of our law as a teacher. That someday, those who are in the far-flung areas and suffering will have and finally roar because they know their rights and they will not be deprived anymore because justice is served right at their doorsteps. Thank you very much. Maayong buntag kanatong tanan.
Thank you, MALAYBALAY BUKIDNON. My question for you is, PAGCOR warns that the Philippines is expected to lose at least 20 billion pesos annually if the government pushes for a total ban on POGOs or Philippine offshore gaming operators. Do you agree or disagree on this total ban and why? Once again, excited siya. Once again, PAGCOR warns that the Philippines is expected to lose at least 20 billion pesos annually if the government pushes for a total ban on POGOs or Philippine offshore gaming operators. Do you agree or disagree on this total ban and why?
Duralex sed lex. The law may be harsh, but it is the law. However, in that question, I would not agree with the total ban of POGOs. POGOs are legal here in the Philippines. Well, what we can do is not to totally ban it, but we can control it. By controlling it first, by controlling it, we can actually put safeguards as to who, what, when, and as to how it will be implemented here in the Philippines. Second, by making or controlling it, we can actually safeguard those issues in accordance to it, as to human trafficking that is really in connection with the POGO operations. And lastly, by merely controlling it, we can actually save the economy of the Philippines. Ladies and gentlemen, the Philippines is facing inflation. So many people are facing poverty. It is high time that we only control POGO as one of the income generating operations here in the Philippine government. And as we all know, taxation is the lifeblood of the government. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dolly. Very well said. Can you open it for me, please, Dolly? Thank you. All right, we have a question from Prince Kevin Kang.
Good morning. The Philippines is prone to natural disasters. How would you leverage your platform to promote disaster preparedness and support communities in recovery efforts?
Thank you very much. Education is very basic. And education, when we have education, it offers the youth knowledge. And I think the very reason and the very way in order for us to solve these disasters that we have is preparedness. And preparedness should actually come from the youth. I was part of the CDMU back when I was in college. That is a disaster risk reduction management unit for training the youth of Bukidnon State University. And by engaging the youth and even the barangays, our local government officials and units, that is the very way in order to prepare each and everyone in any disaster that will come. And by being in the Miss World Philippines platform, it will be my way to share to people, to invite people that preparedness is the key and that you are not alone in every disaster because we are ready and we can conquer any challenges. Thank you.
You know, when I was thinking about a question, I'm like, thank you, Miss World, because I feel like this is a free consultation from an attorney.
Please be kind to me.
So, yeah, my question is, I think you are the perfect person to answer this. I came from a family, like generations of family that's broken. Basically, my mom and dad got separated. And also at the same time, I grew up in a family that's very devoted with their religion, specifically Catholic. My question is, as an attorney, if you were to stand in a large crowd of Catholics, what will you say about your stance about the divorce bill?
Thank you for that, Krishna. I am a Catholic, and I am very proud to have a wonderful family, parents who love each other. And even in our Constitution, it protects a family as the basic institution of our government, of our country. However, as to the issue of divorce, I believe that it is high time, it is time that the Philippines should open up for divorce. First of all, we are the only country, apart from Vatican City, who does not legalize divorce. We have annulment, we have legal separation, we also have divorce in some areas. And this can be very prejudicial because it allows only foreigners and our Muslim brothers and sisters to have divorce. Second, annulment is very, very, very expensive, and it is time consuming. Sometimes it takes 5 or more years to get annulled, and that is very detrimental to a family that is going through so much pain, that is going through so much abuse. Third, divorce may not be the easy way out, but divorce is the hope for those who are abused, and sometimes it can be a hope for a broken family. While it is the basic institution of the government of this country, but still, ladies and gentlemen, who would want to live in a family that is abusive? Who would want to live hearing their parents quarrel each and every day? It could affect the mental health of the children. It could affect the future of the children. Lastly, ladies and gentlemen, divorce is the more practical way. However, while I agree that it will be legalized in the Philippines, the safeguards as well as the provisions should be strictly scrutinized in order for the law, if passed, to not be abused by people. Thank you very much.
Our question for you is, over the years, we have seen a considerable boom in content creation here in the Philippines. What do you think should be the ethical standards for social media influencers to professionalize this booming industry? Once again, over the years, we have seen a considerable boom in content creation here in the Philippines. What do you think should be the ethical standards for social media influencers to professionalize this booming industry?
I'd like to start my answer by saying every person must, in the exercise of their rights and the performance of their duties, act with justice, give everyone their due, and of course, observe honesty and good faith. So in that case, I think that social media influencers should observe, first of all, professionalism. Professionalism in the contents that they will be putting online. Because it's not only the adults who will watch it, but definitely the youth who are very much into social media and into the internet. So they must always consider the welfare of the youth, like what we have here, our students from Southville. Second, they must think before they click. In our society nowadays, we have so many things that we could put into content. However, we must always consider what is legal, what is illegal, what is freedom of speech, and what is beyond freedom of speech. Because while we have rights, all or not all of it is protected. Lastly, last but not the least, the government should actually be active in taking part or in partnering with the social media influencers, especially that the government exercises what we call parents patriae. Parents patriae, or the mother, or the parent of the state. In other words, there should be control as to the contents that will be published, and control as to what will be seen and what will be posted. And I think that's the way in order for this content or social media influencers to go into professionalism. Thank you very much.